So it happens like this. It's finally weekend, and I feel glad I am willing to go to the supermarket with my family. It's a joyful experience because I've always liked to shop things and to see products and food. I love industry, and I love the industry of food and healthcare and everything. I go in, I see the products, I have fun, I see what I need, and then something spots at me. It's a special section. It's the organic section of products. Oh, I am so excited to be there. I run to it, I see the products, and I feel myself be glad about it, but also a little bit confused. Now, don't get me wrong, I know how the story goes. I know what free from pesticides mean. I know that cows are not genetically altered. I know that these products are supposed to be good for the environment, but it's a little puzzling. Dazzling. As I look at the product and I turn around it, and as soon as I start reading it, my mom starts calling me from the other way of the supermarket because I need to hurry home because my brother is there and we cannot leave him alone. And it's a common experience. We, as consumers, don't tend to really think twice before picking up a product. I will ask you, when was the last time that you ever took a product and read what was behind it? Do you take special detail on the ingredients? Do you understand what it means? I honestly don't do certain times, and it is a problem. I know people that feel very glad at themselves because they are like, oh yeah, I buy organic products. I care about the environment. I know what I'm doing with my planet, and I want to take care of it. And I mean, that's amazing, but do you really are conscious enough? Like, do you know that the fact that you're buying 10 cups that are biodegradable is the same thing as buying 10 that are not, because you're still over-consuming? It's a connection we don't always tie together. According to INEGI, in Mexico, per year, we make about 100,000 tons of trash. This is a lot. And only 6.1% of this trash is treated properly. Here in Mexico, we don't have advanced technology to take care of this issue. And it is a great issue, because this trash is polluting everything around us. And yeah, you see it every day. You walk to school, you walk to your job, you listen to all of these conversations. This in itself, you take a seat and you listen to a bunch of people talking about the planet. But do you really realize what is going on? Do you really take a step back, look at your future, look at your past, look at your family, your neighbors, or whoever is talking about it? I bet you don't. I'm sure you don't, because you don't really realize what is going on. You barely realize who you are. What you're consuming is just something that you take for granted, that it's always going to be there, that it's not important. It's useless to think about things like that. And the industry knows this. Scientifically, there is still no proof that non-organic products and organic products have deficiencies in terms of healthcare. We do not have proof that if you consume a granola bar, it's maybe better than consuming a normal granola bar, even though you're consuming 20 granola bars a week. Like, yeah, I'm taking care of my health. I sure do. Yes, you sure do. Are you sure? I would think twice before going into your house. But anyway, the thing about health is that it's so complicated, and so is climate change. Industries know about our tendency to buying products that are specifically made for consumption, specifically made so for you to go to the alley of organic products and be amazing, just as I was that day, just as I am every day that I see a person post it on the internet or talking about it and things like this. Many people don't realize. They don't think twice. They don't have this certain capacity to really experience the world as it should be experienced. There are like countless of industries that take advantage of this issue. And I would ask you, do you think that companies making organic products is the same as companies branding their sodas as zero sugar? Do you really think what zero sugar is? It's just a new way so consumers can consume, and so the industries can sell, and so people are tied to it. The Mexican government is part of this. Not so long ago, you will notice these little stickers on top of the products that indicate the sugar or the calories, or maybe the fat content. And I mean, some of people were like, oh my God, Mexican government is great, they're doing something. And the other part was like, well, are they really? And then the other ones were like, you are such a pessimist, this is the best thing ever, oh my God. And independently from whoever is the president, do you really think that this is a solution to the issue? Like, you personally go to the supermarket and see this product with this special sticker and think to yourself, I shouldn't buy this because it has a lot of sugar. nah, suck it. I'm gonna buy it because I like it, because I like to eat it, and it's normal, and it's fine, and who cares? I'll tell you who cares, everybody around you. But I'll tell you another thing, nobody notices that they care, because they don't gonna care until there's a day that we cannot dive into the ocean. They're not gonna care until they see that everything they consume should be made in the same industry that is damaging the planet, whether we like it or not. Products are being hand-induced. Products are being tested. Products need advancement because the earth is not the same thing it used to be. Because of climate change, there are certain conditions that foods need to be treated on in order to be sold into the public. And we still don't cover this demand. And it's still a waste of food that it's producing 75% annually. Just multiply that for the years you've been living. Yeah, we wasted a lot of food. And a lot of reasons have to do with psychologically, like it doesn't look pretty enough, or also because it's time consuming. We don't have the time to go to a market where things are cheaper and maybe a good quality. Or maybe it just has to do with the fact that you don't care, which is, I will dare to say, most of the times. So, do we start questioning industries? Do we should just go and be like, oh, that brand does not care about the environment, even though they say they do, even though they tell us they do, like they're lying, we're being threatened, oh my God, this is such a huge topic. And I mean, these questions are important, but not the center of this entire image that we're treating right here. It's like wondering, oh, well, like the school is doing this thing, it's destroying the natural areas. That's really bad, and they're doing it. You don't do anything with that information. You just stood there and be like, that's really sad. Oh, look at that squirrel. Another one goes. Anyway, what's for lunch today? You always do that, and it's an issue. Most people ask these questions but don't do anything about them, and I will urge you then to ask new questions. How do I care? How can I contribute to this problem? How can I urge in people the need to center around this and do something about it? Just think for that for a second. Because I know how it sounds, and I know we've heard it 1,000 times, especially in this place. Little actions can turn into a bigger, fundamental action to solve a specific problem. If you choose to consume wisely, you will not only do something better for your health and maybe for the health of your family, but also you will set what is called an example. And an example, it's named that way because people follow after it. If you choose this, maybe one person can see you in that alley in the supermarket and be like, look, that's a weirdo that is reading the back of the products. That's a little concerning. You're like, but what does it say? And then you took it and you see it. Oh my God! Honey, I don't think we should buy this for kids, like never again. And then that person can tell their neighbors, or maybe their mother, maybe their family, I don't know, who cares? The thing is that we're setting an example for other people to also captivate the message. And then the message spreads around like wildfire. And then you have 1,000, millions of voices raising for this issue. You don't just talk about it and be like, it's really sad, because I could do that. I could just stay here and tell you climate change is really sad. We should do something about it. And you think about it for like 30 seconds, and then when you go out of this building, you're not going to do anything because you don't believe it, because it's not you, because it's not your world, and because it's not your reality. So I urge you, the next time you go to the supermarket and see a product, maybe look at the back of it, maybe investigate what it has, maybe investigate all of the industries around you, and realize that what you're doing is the next step for a better future.